September meeting of the Andrews County Board of Education to order. Our pledge tonight is going to be led by Joe Williams.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Turn it over.
First item of business is election of officers, so I'm going to turn my gavel over to Dr. Parrott.
At this time, I will take nominations for board chair.
Dr. Parrott, I would like to nominate Scott Gildenwater to continue as their chair for the next year.
Okay. Do I hear any more nominations? With that, we'll let nominations cease. All in favor of Scott being chair for the next year, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And now I will turn it over, and you can do the vice chair.
There you go. All right, I'll open the floor for nominations for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Teresa Portwood to continue as vice chair.
Second motion.
Motion second for Teresa Portwood to stay as vice chair. Any other nominations? Not. All in favor of Teresa being vice chair, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That's done.
Thank you all.
Easy peasy, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate your
I really did.
confidence or your railroading or whatever we want to call it. All right. We do have a couple of guests with us tonight. We have Commissioner Tracy Wandell sitting out there, I see, and we have Acting City Manager of Oak Ridge, Jack Scruggs there. Is anybody missing? All right. We did not have anybody registered to be heard, but are there citizens tonight to be heard? Tracy, I knew you'd be here for some reason.
Is it okay?
You want to come to the podium? Well,
Yeah, I thought I was
we'll
signed
give
in.
you 3 minutes and 2 seconds.
3 minutes, man. I've got 3 items, so I'll get a minute for each item. First off, thank you all. Congratulations, Chairman Gildenwaters. Congratulations, Vice Chair Portwood.
Thank you.
Thank you all for what you do. First item is a big thank you. Thank you for the Claxton School property purchase. We appreciate that in District 1. We're looking forward to a new school and the future and the plans and how that moves forward. Just want to say thank you for that. I know the residents in our district, myself and Joe, very excited about that. The next thing is, I don't want to debate it today. I think you all know where I stand. I know Dr. Parrott does. I'd like to see the softball field get completed. You know, on my way over here, I just left the library board over in Norris watching that meeting. But it dawned on me in school, we have teachers that teach that curriculum. It's incumbent on those teachers to teach us kids that curriculum, like many out here do. Well, I need you to be the teachers on this curriculum, and I need to see it get done. I know there's been a lot of problems, none of your faults, not Dr. Parrott's, none of yours. But I need each one of you to step up and get it done, because I'm fearful February is going to roll around and these girls are going to be out there on a half-shot ball field. It's been 2 years, y'all, 2 years. And I'd like to see this board, because I know this board can do it, see it get done. Third thing, I just came from DC and went to the National Cleanup Workshop, which is a fancy word for cleaning up nuclear waste. DOE was there, EM was there, UCOR was there, and I heard one thing the whole time. Didn't matter if it was DOE, Environmental Management, UCOR, or anyone, city. I mean, the constant message was, we don't have workers. We need workers. What I'd like this body to do is, in the future, near future, look at some type of system. Everyone calls STEM, okay? I want to see something different. I'd like for us to make the future. I remember when I was a kid, I had to fill out papers on my desk saying that my dad worked at Y12 or X10. I want us to fill out the papers now for the future for our kids, for them to have jobs. DOE is not a bad word. They can't find people. And I don't think our youth understands that there's some really good jobs out there. And thank y'all for doing what you do. There's some great jobs. So there's a new program Dr. Parrott, Mr. Chairman and Board. It's called Clean Up to Clean Energy. You can use DOE property to develop this new technology. And this area, as you all may know, has now become the nuclear renaissance hub of America. I'm talking about Oak Ridge, Roane County, and Anderson County, with the small modular reactors from TVA. I think TVA would team with us. I think UT would team with us. And I'd like to see Anderson County continue to do what it's always done and be a leader in public education and have our kids ready to go into those jobs, good paying jobs for the future. And I'll be happy to participate if you want. I'd be happy to bring DOE to the table and my contacts I have at different places, but you have your own. I probably went through 3 minutes, and I just want to say thank you again.
All right.
Good. Thank you,
You had
Turkey.
2 seconds left.
Thank you, Commissioner. We appreciate all you do, and we appreciate you taking care of us across the street. So, thank you.
Nuclear. No, I'm not
All right,
sure.
any other citizens to be heard? All right. Next item is approval of the agenda. Any corrections to the agenda?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion second, to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Next item is approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second, thank you, to approve the consent agenda. That includes our regular minutes, the human resource report, student services report, field trips, and policies for second reading, and the in-school game request at, it's a soccer game at Anderson County High School. So, any questions on the consent agenda? Not all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. That is done.
Scott, there's one thing I'd like to request though, and that is on the the service report we get. I think we need a copy of that so we know what's going on in the school. I mean,
Should be a link, and
I've got one.
In there,
that does
we can get you-
identify what drug charges
Oh,
or
you're
guns
talking
brought
about-
to
you're talking
school or
about
that type of thing.
Oh, you're talking.
the
not-
discipline report.
You're
But,
talking
you know,
about
used to,
discipline.
we got a report with
Is it
So you
not-
want a hard
with
copy of it?
anything, yeah, I want a hard copy.
Is it not in
without
that-
names, but
It's in the consent agenda. He just wants a hard copy.
Yeah, it's in the.
Student
right there.
services report,
Yeah.
Student services report.
right here.
There it is.
I'll get you a copy of it.
okay. I mean, I think the board ought to look at that and then see what's happening in the school.
Right.
Yep, sounds good. We will do it.
And that's probably good for everybody to see that, because.
I
We
read- I
usually,
read-
we usually
Public
get a hard
information.
copy and everything's become
Looks
digital.
pretty good right now,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
you know.
I read mine when she sends it out.
Right.
Yeah.
But we never put names on there, we never
No.
know
Yeah.
who, but we can see what.
Yes,
And that's public information.
yes, it is.
That part is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not been, it's been a start to a school year, but not as big as it has been.
Can I ask you a question? If you'll go back to that. There was 2 Clinton High School students that was, one of them had to have
Yeah, at
Narcan
the
that was
bottom.
found over here by Percadelli's. Is those last 2 one of those? Do you know, Dan? Do you know?
They are on there, but I don't know if it was on this report in August or it's a September report.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
All right. Executive approval, there was none. We did close on the property for the new school. Next item are comments from the chair. I do want to say a big thank you to everybody who helped make the TSBA District Festival happen at Clinch River Community School. I did get a thank you from the TSBA Director, Tammy. She said,
can do that.
"Thanks so much to the board and the staff for hosting the East Fall District meeting. Everything was perfect," she said. So, you don't get any higher praise than that.
Excuse
What-
me,
what
will
have
you
you
hand me those 2 pieces from, yeah, those 2 right there. I'm gonna let Dr. Burrow have them, and then, here you go, there you go. Now you
Scott, I'd
can,
like to say something about that too. about
you can use Dale's.
Culinary arts.
the
students
highlight.
did a wonderful job. We've been to, I don't know how many, 7 or 8 different ones. And I had visited the National Culinary Arts School when I went to San Antonio, Texas on the National School Board. And the way they did that and the food was outstanding. I'm just so proud of what the teacher and the students have accomplished in that.
Yeah, I heard nothing but compliments. We had about just over 100 other school board members from the East District, and we gave them good hors d'oeuvres, and then they had to listen to a lot of legal stuff, but but our culinary arts folks did a super job of serving.
And homemade chocolate chip cookies, don't leave that
Those
out.
were excellent. Those were excellent. But the whole staff put everything together. They really transformed that gym into a nice place, and it was a good evening. So we were very proud to be from Anderson County that night, for sure. Also, a big thank you to our Vice Chairman, Teresa Portwood, who got her Level 4 boardsmanship certification that night. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, then we have our Above and Beyond Awards as well as our Perfect Attendance Award. So there are two, if I can find mine, there'll be 2 sheets in front of you.
Okay.
So let's do August Perfect Attendance first. Mr. Bell?
Yes, I have from Megan. You want me to go ahead and do
Yeah, go
mine?
ahead and do yours.
Yeah, I have Megan Chesney certified at Lake City Elementary School.
I have Judy Bray classified from Briceville Elementary, Brandon Hunt classified from Lake City Elementary.
And I have Christy Alton from certified from Norwood Middle, and Sam Guffey, certified teacher from Clinton Middle School.
All right. 2 I have are Bridget Huffaker, certified from Norris Middle, and Emily Sturgill, certified teacher from Norris Elementary.
I have Rebecca Brown, certified at Fairview Elementary.
And mine is Margaret Rogers, classified from the preschool program.
And I have Roger Long, classified at the preschool program.
Tell what this is about.
Yeah, this is, so all these folks have perfect attendance in August, and so we drew their names out of a hat, and they all get
$200.
$200.
You want to do somebody Dale's is on.
He did them, he did them. And that's U-Trust money too, isn't it?
No, this is what you all do.
Oh, this
out
is
of
what
the
we do,
budget.
okay.
The U-Trust is the other one.
That is U-Trust, okay. Now, moving on to Above and Beyond Awards for September.
I have Tammy Phillips from Lake City Middle and Mona Smith from Norris Elementary.
And I have Scotty Phillips from Anderson County High School.
And I have Angela Oakes from Andersonville Elementary School and Becky King from Claxton Elementary School.
All right, and also Wendy Behrman from Clinton Middle and Brenda Osborne from Clinton High and Dutch Valley Elementary.
Crystal Ryan, Fairview Elementary, and Houston Brown from Grand Oaks Elementary.
And Jody McCoy, Norris Middle School, and Wendy Boshears, Norwood Elementary.
Jenny Lamance from Norwood Middle.
All right, so these are all bus drivers who were selected for Above and Beyond Awards. And they get
They get a $25
$25
check.
check. And that
Anderson
comes from our
certificate.
U-Trust fund.
Yes.
All right. Let's, all right, that's all from the chair. Now, comments from our student board members. We have Ansley and Audrey. I'm going to call you all the A-team. How's that? So if y'all want to come to the podium, or you've got a microphone there, if you just want to stay there, your call. I think they can be seen on TV there.
Yep.
All right.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Anderson County is doing great so far. Our football teams win over Fulton, definitely. Improved school morale. Our cross-country team is doing exceptionally well, being in the top 10 of the state, both boys and girls. Our dance team and various other teams from HCTC plays across the board at the Tennessee Valley Fair, well, the competitions that they entered. Various clubs around the school are being very proactive. our Student Government Association is hosting a College Spirit Week. That means that students are encouraged to dress in a college atmosphere. Today was dress like you were a parent, if they would be
That would be interesting.
And the student government body also provides college snacks, very nutritious meals like ramen noodles and popcorn, candy.
Love it.
The ROTC program participated Monday in the 9/11 stand-on, commemorating the last lost men. And Saturday is running and getting as sturdy as possible in the Marine Corps mud run. So we're excited for that.
Wow.
As far as everything else goes, I see a lot of cooperation in the student body. We have a student-led initiative to be accountable to our peers and to encourage them and to love on them, as everyone needs. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Good job.
Good evening, board. First off, I want to update you on what was happening this week with college readiness. We had a successful college fair and college week where our students had the opportunity to explore various educational pathways beyond high school. There were colleges that came to visit our students from all over the state, such as UTK, Vanderbilt, and ETSU. This week was also a really big push for college applications. In just one day, we had an impressive 134 college applications submitted by our seniors, so super proud of that. Turning to athletics, our volleyball team continues to dominate in the district with an undefeated record of 8-0. Additionally, our girls have gone to number 17 in the state. Their hard work, dedication, and teamwork have truly paid off, and we are immensely proud of their accomplishments. Another group I want to highlight is our ROTC program. Our cadets recently had the privilege of performing a color guard presentation for the Air National Guard Band, marking one of the band's final shows due to funding challenges. Their volunteerism at the concert exemplifies their commitment to our community. We are incredibly proud of our ROTC program and its members for their exceptional performance and their willingness to be there for the Air National Guard Band. On the CTE front, Clinton has recently revived their DECA club. By integrating DECA into our CTE programs, we're ensuring that our students are not only academically prepared, but also career ready. We have also expanded our course offerings by introducing EKG dual enrollment, allowing our students to explore medical careers and gain valuable hands-on experience in the healthcare field. And then the last thing I want to shout out is that we're a level 5 school for the 3rd year in a row. Super proud of that, super proud of our administration for making that happen, and thank you to you guys for helping us reach that accomplishment.
Thank you.
You're trying to take some of my.
All right, thank you very much. We are in for a good year. Those are excellent.
Clinton is
reports.
playing Powell right now on TV.
Yes.
0-0.
You got it there? Good. You keep
If you
us
start
updated.
cheering,
Keep us
it's not for
updated.
anything we did. It's,
Yeah.
You're watching the game. I got it. All right, next item is director's report.
Okay, I was at the state meeting this week and went over there. They're going to change the accountability system that will move to a single letter grade for each school. We have no idea what the calculation is going to be or how it's going to do, but they have assured us it's going to be transparent and it's going to come out in November, so you can take that with a grain of salt. It was supposed to come out in 2016 and they put it off, and I just want to be, transparent, is they ran it last year and there were too many schools that got A's and B's, so they're trying to figure out a way to make public education look bad. That's my thing. But I do want to celebrate Claxton Elementary School, Clinton High School, and Grand Oaks Elementary School for being a level 5 in growth this year. And you are correct, it's the third time, 3 years in a row that Clinton High School has been a level 5, and Dan and his staff does a great job there to do that. And we've looked back, we don't think there's ever been a school that's been a level 5 for 3 years in a row. So that is great. We also had 3 schools that are level 4, 5 schools that are level 3, 2 schools that are level 2, and we had 2 schools that are level 1. Now, we do need to remember, though, as achievement rises, it gets harder to get growth. And a level 3 means you got a year's worth of growth. So anything over level 3 is they got more than a year's worth of growth. So they're doing a great job. We're still in the appeal process for achievement, and the data's still embargoed, but we'll be getting that to you very soon. Student enrollment, just to let you know, kindergarten has 375 in kindergarten, but our overall enrollment is down 161 students from last year. Our enrollment in English language learners continue to rise, and we've had to add another teacher in the last month. Staffing, we're fully staffed. We have the 4 new positions in the health grant are posted. You know, that was a $1.2 million grant over 3 years. April Myers, principal at Clinton High School, she is
Clinton Middle School.
Clinton Middle School. She is in the top 9 of the principals for Principal of the Year in the state. So she's made it to there's only one more round, and that's to pick the top. So it starts out with 1 in every 144, and now it's down to 9. So she's doing a great job. There's a good number of our employees are taking advantage of the new law passed, the parental leave. As you know, that's where they can, if they've had a birth of a child, they've had a stillborn, or they've had a adoption of a child, they get 6 weeks pay. That doesn't count against their sick leave. It doesn't count against any other. And then the state reimburses us. So the financial department's been working with that. We have probably 7 or 8 of our employees out on it right now. Now, as for right now, it's only for classified, it's only for certified, and that has a license, would be a licensed teacher or a nurse. Those are the only 2 that they're doing it for right now. The other thing is, because we increased sub pay, we have a permanent sub now in every school, and we have over 60 subs that are working for us now, which is really good. Budget, just to kind of let you know, the drop in enrollment is having an impact on our budget now, and it will have a major impact on next year's budget. So we are starting to work on that. I know it's just September, but we already started working on next year's. ESSER funds in at the end of the school. Building projects, I know we've talked about this. We own the property at Claxton. Marcus is working with the USDA on the loan plan, and we have our first design team meeting on September the 26th at 1 o'clock on the property, and I'll send out information. I just got that set today. I'll send out information this afternoon or in the morning. I'll make sure you're on that, Tracy. And we are scheduling, and after that we will schedule our town hall meetings to try to get public input, but we need some kind of design before we go ahead with that. I did send out an email on the softball field today. Hopefully that helped clear some things up. Just let you know, they should start on irrigation on Monday. We have everything over for the building. We didn't get any information back from them today, so hopefully we'll get that back. We should be able to know about they're coming to look at the field, the people, American Field, I don't know, whatever they're called. They're the ones that actually do the field, and they do the warning track, so they'll be there Monday to look at that and see when they can start work on that. CTE building at Clinton High School is scheduled to go before the Planning Commission on October the 9th, and it'll go out for bids hopefully by the end of the month. That's a $2.5 million project that Kelly Myers got from grant funding. I did present a request to County Commission to fund a new water waste treatment plant at Dutch Valley and Briceville. That's that $1.5 million we've been talking about. They did put it on their discussion to talk about at the October workshop. I have a meeting with ESG next week to finalize the safety updates on our schools. That's talking about doors and window treatment and alarms and all those things that is required now. You have a copy of the draft calendar for next year. If you want to look over it and can get back with me, we will hopefully vote on that next month.
I didn't get one. Can you have me day yours?
It is, sorry about that. I think the only really change on it is that this year we had to start school early because it's that 1 year out of 6 years that you have to back up a year. And now it goes back to where, I think the first day for students will be August the 5th next year. And this year, it was in July. So I have give Mr. Myers a copy of that, and he will work with the ACEA on that. They always give us an approval on that, and we'll bring that back to you. Life Development Center, I think we're going to talk about that under action items. That is my report. If you got
I
any
have a
questions.
question.
I do. I have 3. Go ahead.
Mine won't take long.
Go ahead.
Has the State Department started a traffic study in
Yes,
Claxton?
not the State Department, it's a company that we have. I think, I could be wrong, I think it's Cannon and Cannon that's doing it.
Cannon and Cannon?
Yeah, is that who it is, isn't it?
It started about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we
that-
have to get state plans, we were talking about coming off the main road, and will we have to get state?
We have to get, we have
help
to,
for that situation?
yeah, we got to get state approval to be on Raccoon Valley too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all got to go through state approvals, yes.
Well, that was one of my questions. Did you get the ingress egress from the backside?
We are in conversation with them, and we should have everything go. Right now, we're looking at, there's one piece of property there that we're trying to see which is the best way to go. Is it better to buy an egress through them or buy the land? So, but the other ones, we're just waiting to get those under contract.
Okay, second question, what will happen to the old school?
We will, whatever y'all decide to do with it, it will be sold.
Okay,
It'll be surplus and sold.
okay. All right, back to the softball field. In your letter, you were talking about the building, is it 40 by 60?
40 by 80.
40 by 80. Now, does that include the locker room?
No.
Well, that needs to be added to that.
That will be, right now, everything we have to do has to go before planning commission. So when we go before planning commission, we will put that in there. The next, when we go before planning, we will have the concession stand, the concession stand bathroom, and the press box.
Press box.
Yeah.
Have these plans been drawn out? Has
Yes.
anybody seen them?
Yes, they're at Clinton. Clinton has those, and Clay has the copy of the concession stand and everything. That drawing, we got a preliminary drawing from Coach Sams about it, and then he took it to Divine Innovations.
Back to Teresa's question. Are these plans, are you going to add the locker rooms to these plans before you do anything? Does the locker room go in these plans? Where does it fit
Now,
with this?
the locker room, what we're looking at is putting the locker room on the side of the building once we get the building built. But we want to get the building built first to make sure that everything works out all right.
Why are you not adding the locker room at the
Well,
same time?
If we do, then we can't build the building.
Why?
Because everything has to be done through the planning commission over here, has to go through TDOT. So we've already had a building that's been bid out. The 40 by 80 building has been bid out, and we are ready to start building on it.
We have to start over if we built a
Yep.
bigger building, you have to
If we,
start over.
we start all over.
When is the tentative schedule for it to actually, for the kids to be used?
We will be able to play ball on it come February. We hope to have the building built. If they get the plans and Clinton doesn't come back and say we've got to have fire marshal approval and sprinklers in it, the building will start next week. If we have to have fire marshal approval, we're looking at 6 to 8 weeks.
But did you just not say it had to go before planning commission?
No, this 40 by 60 building is already
It's
been
done.
before planning commission.
Okay, so it's
Everything-
ready to start laying
It's
the
ready to
blocks.
start. Yeah, there won't be any
There's no
block.
sprinkler system in it, in the old part.
No. And that's what, here's the thing is, because we got sued and because we got and I put it in that, because everything we do has to go through TDEC, and it adds another layer to everything. So we've got that building done, we can get it built, but if we go back and change it, everything stops and we go back before planning commission and we have to start all over. We'll have to put it back out for bids again.
Can we
and
go
everything.
ahead and pour the concrete pad for that so we can just get started on it?
Concrete doesn't require a permit.
Yeah, concrete doesn't require a permit.
So we can do that. That's one step in the right
We'll,
direction.
we'll move us a trailer over there and let them.
Oh, put a
Use it
tent
for a
up or
locker room.
something, my
Have you
gosh.
talked to the fire marshal at all?
We talked to the fire marshal when we first started this, Mike Brady did, MBI did, and he said none of it would have to have fire marshal approval, but that was before there was a big lawsuit and everything.
I'd be surprised if we don't.
Well, I know we're not here to debate this, but my email to you today about the fence, why can we not get 75-90% of that fence up, leave part of it down until we get the sewer and the water lines? I mean, it's not that hard to put chain link fence up.
The fence can be put up within a week, but the problem is, once they start putting it up, we're gonna have to pay them for the fence, and when we say, we want you to put part of this fence up, well, we're gonna have to pay them for the whole thing, and then we're gonna be at their mercy when they come back. That's what happened to us with the bleachers at Anderson County High School. We have to pay so much up front, and then we're at their mercy. We've been waiting on those bleachers over a year and a half.
You don't think we could attach that, have people in our maintenance department go out and attach
A
a
fence?
few things of chain link fence?
Are the coaches or something?
This is a pretty, it's not a standard chain link fence.
We-
There's
we-
parts of it that's over 20 feet tall.
Yeah. We don't want it to look, we want it to look right.
Don't want it to look like I did it?
Well, I don't want it to look like I did.
Because I was thinking, I'm gonna go out there and work on this.
So we're using that, I noticed a lot of them are going to the, I don't know how they say, the black or
Yes.
something, you know where I'm saying, it's not a regular chain link
It's a
fence.
powder coat fence.
Powder coating
Yes,
fence,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
That'll last a lot longer, too,
Yes.
that's one thing about it.
Well,
Yes.
for the grass to actually take hold, it's going to be down by the end, about October. That's gonna be a push, but it's got to happen. It's gonna frost and get cold and it won't grow.
So what's the next step? We're gonna do the building next week? You said start on the building next week?
Waiting on a permit from the city.
We're waiting on a permit from the city on the building. The irrigation is starting next week.
They're gonna start digging for that tomorrow.
Yep.
What'd they decide about coming across that?
That's still under civil and structural engineering. That's the biggest, most complicated part of the project left. But like we discussed at the workshop, none of the other work right now is contingent on its completion.
Right.
But that's still under paperwork. That's a mountain of paperwork.
Yeah, but we gotta have the water, we've gotta be able to water the
Field.
sod when
The
we put it
grass when
down.
it's-
Yes.
I don't foresee any issues with that particular.
Now, that's water that's coming under the road, correct?
Water and sewer.
That's what they call a blue line stream, and that's why TDEC's involved in every aspect of this project because of our proximity to that creek.
If that pipe is not buried, will that not have a tendency to freeze?
That'll all be buried.
It has to be,
Okay.
That'll have to be buried real deep.
the
actually.
creek has to be
Okay.
rerouted and a place dug through it and then routed back.
Put it back in.
Okay,
That's above my pay grade, but that's how it's gotta work.
okay.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Parrott. We did have a workshop Monday night, and believe it or not, we talked about the softball field.
And we're still talking.
And we're still talking about it, but I do believe we have a path forward. It's, all the legal stuff's out of the way, so hopefully we can all move forward. There's no one on this board that is standing in the way or opposed to this in any way. We are all wanting this thing done.
If I could take a month off and do it myself, I would.
Listen, we are ready for this thing to move forward. So unfortunately, there are a lot of moving parts, and we're not in charge of all of them. So, but we are pushing and holding people's feet to the fire. So hopefully that will.
And we do have a company, a contracting company that oversees this whole project. GEC oversees this whole project, so they're the ones that are working with, they're the ones that are putting everything together.
All right. We did do a few things at the workshop, but they'll be handled under action items. So, anything else on the workshop that I missed? All right. Which brings us to action items. First item is financial report. Are you doing that or am I?
Oh, well, if you want me to, I will. Appropriations, 1A through 1J, I think all of these were talked about at the workshop on Monday, and it's pretty I will say this, the appropriations have already been approved by the, across the street, because they had their meeting before we had ours this month, so
So we better approve this, right?
we're in good shape for right now.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve appropriations 1A through 1J.
Second.
All right, motion second to approve.
The special ed is not separate from general purpose.
Yes, yeah, the appropriate special ed funds for fee for services, salary, that is where they get money for fees for services, that's what that
Okay,
is.
That's not,
No,
All right, motion and a second to approve appropriations 1A through 1J. Any other discussion?
made that motion.
Joe.
I did.
Joe.
And I seconded.
Teresa seconded that.
I'm glad
Roll
you're
call
taking
vote.
notes. I was supposed to do that.
Don Bell,
Aye.
Mr. Gillum Waters,
Aye.
Ms. Langenberg,
Aye.
Ms. Portwood,
Aye.
Ms. Williams,
Aye.
Dr. Burrow.
All right, next item of transfers.
We have transfers 2A through 2D.
Those are all preschool and
Preschool and Head
which
Start.
we talked about Monday night. So is
Yep.
there a motion?
Make motion, yes.
Second.
Motion to approve transfers 2A through 2D. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. That is done. Next item is the life development property.
And I think that you want to come and speak on it.
We have Mr. Suggs, who is the acting city manager of Oak Ridge.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, member of the board. Wanted to tell you how excited I am to be here. I'm the interim city manager of Oak Ridge. As you may have heard in the news, they've hired Mr. Heeman, which will be here November 1st. So I've got the saddle until then, and it's been a real honor for me to serve. Early in my tenure, we became aware that the board was interested in selling the former life development property. I approached the city council and received a resolution from the council asking me to negotiate with and try to reach an agreement with the board for the purchase of that property. In such, we have primarily been working with Elizabeth Burrell, who represents the board on this. We're excited about the property for several reasons. We would like to take it and wrap it into what the Hall Ridge Park is in Oak Ridge now, make it part of a large project. I can't tell you exactly how that would develop because, you know, that's a 5-year to 10-year plan to see something like that come to fruition. I do know that right now, Hall Ridge itself is number 4 of 100. It's the 4th rated highest mountain bike area out of 189 mountain bike areas in the state of Tennessee. So it's got quite a regional draw in that regard, largely due to the efforts of the Clinch River Trail Alliance, who does a lot of that work out there on a volunteer basis, and the Appalachian Bicycle Club, which is a Knoxville group. We would like to take that park, combine it into, or take that parcel and combine it into our existing park, develop a plan, work with these groups and others. And beyond that, all I've got is some kind of daydreams. It would tie in our main entrance, it would tie in our park to a waterfront, which might give us a chance to do waterfront rentals or that kind of activity. It would provide a trailhead, a parking trailhead for a rather enjoyable greenway that goes along the river that people enjoy walking on. That's the kind of activity that we're talking about wanting to do with it. And beyond that, you know, like I said, it becomes daydreams. To look at the property, we came up with a couple of different approaches because, like you, the city council and myself, speaking for them, we are not asking for a donation. We're not asking for a special treatment. We'd like to buy the property at market value. We had produced to that regard. I hired TFW Appraisal Services, a group who was recommended by my industrial development board. I just asked them who does appraisals that can do this property for us. And I have a copy of the appraisal report for the board. I don't know if you have the full report available to you, or I have copies.
I put it on, they have it on their agenda.
Okay, so I have copies here if you'd like to have a copy. The way the appraiser looked at it, he looked at what he believed would be the highest and best use for the property. And he believes that the highest and best use is to extend utilities to it, water and sewer to it, and then, which is about, if you care, it's about 0.63 miles from a sewer line, and then put in some kind of a little residential subdivision. That is what he used for comparisons, is trying to find the property, and he found 3 comparisons. And his report is here. I can't really comment on it. His conclusion that was that the property was worth $315,000. As you know, I'm a member of staff. I am not authorized to make an offer, but I would hope that the object tonight for me is to get a sense of what the board feels and what board feels is fair. If we can use this appraisal, if you'd like to perhaps have another appraisal conducted and take the average. If you have some other mechanism to determine a fair market value for the property, that's what we're trying to do, is come up with a price for you. That's the reason we had the work done. And then once I understand what the board is feeling, then I will go to the chamber, to the city council in its next meeting, which will be held in October, and then I'll get authority to basically write a check. Unless there are questions, I think that's all I have to say. Mr. Chairman, thank you for your time.
All right,
How
thank
many
you.
acres are we talking about?
The entire parcel is approximately 12 acres, if I remember correctly.
12.06.
12.06.
Yep, that's approximately 12, yeah. And about, you can look at a significant amount of that is underneath TVA power lines and has power line easement. That's one of the reasons the parcel is a little constrained with those easements. And then the existing facilities use a septic tank, and then the water for it comes from a meter located nearly out on the edge of Old Edgemore where it meets Edgemore. I guess the board knows all this. The electricity is available, and by the way, I don't think you're going to outgrow the electricity demands with what TVA put across the street. But that's how the parcel sits.
I think that this is the first chance we've had to look at this, getting this notice today. I believe we need more time to think on this. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I was going to suggest we put it on our workshop agenda for next month and just get a lot of information to be presented there so we can make a more informed decision. We've just gotten this appraisal this week as well. So this is really the first time we've had to
Certainly, I understand.
think about that.
Without being pushy, if there's any information that I can supply the board, whether it would be maps or anything at all, just, if you'd let me know, I'd be happy to. Because in the end, we want to be neighbors. We want to everybody shake hands and believe that we came up with a reasonable price for a piece of property, and that's what we agreed to.
And our workshop is the Monday night before the second Thursday. I don't know what that is in October.
It will be.
I have a question about this same thing. Has this property been advertised with a realtor?
No.
The 9th. Is that right?
And I think this is, you really don't want to go that way, I wouldn't think, and until you all try to work out something with Oak Ridge is where I think it.
Has Jay or anybody looked at this?
We have had, Jay's looked into it, and what it is, you could have an auction for it, but because they're an entity in Anderson County, you can make that, I don't know what to call it, but you can make a swap, a sale, and it doesn't have to go out for bids.
Jack, that workshop will be Monday, August the 2nd. We're moving it in October because of fall break. Monday, October 2nd at 6, right here.
October the 2nd at 6 o'clock.
Correct.
And if I attend, can I bring any, if you would let me know privately what information that I can provide the board? Again, our object is the same here. We want to settle a fair market price that the board feels is fair and that I can take to the city council as well. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, that we have Sal or,
Elizabeth is,
one of the attorneys here.
oh, we can have
To
them
make
here.
sure we're doing this right.
Okay.
We can do that. We can do that, so.
Negotiating it right, yeah.
Hmm.
Negotiating it right, yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Suggs.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yep. Any other items to come before us tonight?
It's not, and I'm remiss, I did not put this on
Tim,
the
can we
agenda,
have-
and I
They got
apologize.
information.
Go ahead, Joe.
I apologize.
I'll get you a copy of them.
Ms. Ford, do we need to approve this board training tonight?
No, ma'am. Thank you for asking.
Okay, she sent us a PowerPoint of the board, Head Start board training, and that was my question.
The only time you have to have official training is if there's a change in board members.
Oh,
And
okay,
annually, just the enrollment eligibility piece.
okay. Just didn't want to miss it if we had to approve it tonight.
That's right. And thank you for that PowerPoint. That was interesting.
I didn't receive anything about the sale of the property.
It's on tonight's agenda.
It's on the
Yeah,
agenda.
There.
yeah, but I'd like to have a hard copy.
Okay, I'll get you one, I'll get you one just as soon as we get out of here.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to have a hard copy.
Doc,
All right.
I'll
Rodney,
take,
Jack said he had some back there.
he's already got some. You want to give him?
printed for the board.
Yep, if you want to, you can come on and give it to him.
All right. And we have a missing person here tonight. We want to wish Andy McCamey a speedy recovery on behalf of the board. He's recovering from surgery, so he'll be back with us
That'll work.
soon. So, anything else to come before the board tonight? If not, we'll be adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
And Jenkins, don't leave, please.